So, shall we do a little bit recap what all we have learned in the last class? Yes. So, a small recap regarding the last class what we have learned. So in the last class I have started a new concept called human as a resource. Instead of considering human as a liability, as a dependency, as a negative part for the development, if we consider it as a resource, means what kind of development will take place in a particular country, we have came to know about that one. Why the people has been considered as a resourceful person, because of his education skill and his abilities he's getting a lot of job opportunities so that he can enhance it and they can contribute for the national income. So starting introduction we have learnt about why the people as a resource is very much important in a day to day life as well as for the country's development. And if a human resource, in what kind they will invest to improvise the facilities, as well as for the development of a country. We have learned about investment in the health and education. The particular government has to invest the money in the some categories there. So according to that one, if they are having this kind of facility, means surely the people will think that people is not like they are not dependents, as well as they will it will hurdle for the development, but they will consider it as a plus point for the country's development there. So by giving correct education as well as by giving the good healthcare facility to the people there. So investment in the health and education, investment in the human capital we have learned. So I have told in the upcoming classes, one story is there about two friends called Sakal and Vilas. Okay, so shall we move further to the further classes? Yes. So this is a picture of Sakal and Vilas. So Sakal and Vilas, they both were the good friends, which they were living in a Simapur in our country. So this story is also an imagination story, how the people can try to become a more productive resources there. So how the people will be convert into a productive resource. So whatever abilities they are having, how they will contribute towards the national income as well as for the national development. So they have taken one example called Vilas and Sakal. So these two people, they were living in a small village called Simapur. So two pictures are been there. So in an imaginary picture you can see two small boys, Sakal and Vilas, and grown up Sakal and Vilas there. Okay, so shall we move? Yes. So first we will read about Sakal and then a story of Vilas. So who is Sakal then? Sakal is also a 12-year boy. His mother name is Sheila, and she is an housewife. Okay, Sakal mother is an housewife. She used to do all kind of domestic chores, that is domestic activities, household activities, which are being taken place in day to day life. So his father name is Butta Chaudhry. Okay, so he worked as agricultural farmist. For an example, he is an farmer. He will work in the agricultural field there. So Sakal helped his mother in the domestic chores. Always the Sakal he used to help his mother, but he was having an uncle called Sham. So he has passed his matriculation, that is SSLC examination, but he was sitting idle, and he was not having any kind of work to do, as well as he was not having a job. So, but Butta and Sheila sent Sakal. So we should give a good education to our children, and they should also improvise in their lifestyle. So what they did, Sakal and Butta and Sheila, they started thinking about his son's future, and they were sending his son to the village school. So after certain years, Sakal he adopted the SSLC matriculation examination. He passed the secondary. Later on, what he did, his father took a loan for his higher education, and Sakal he studied the vocational subject as a computer. So after completing his vocational subject, he got a good job in a company. Okay, in a private company, he got a job, and even he designed a new kind of firm of software which helped him to increase his sales and firm. So where he was working as a um, employee, so he did a very hard work, and he improvised his life skills as well as whatever abilities he was having, and separate firm he became the head of one department in that software engineering. And his boss acknowledged his services and rewarded him as a promotion. So in this way, Sakal, he will give the he will use his skills as well as he will use his um, abilities, and he improvised the company. He improved the company by launching a different kinds of softwares as well as app, which they were doing. So as a result, he was very his boss was very much happy, and he got a promotion there. So his salary is also been increased, and little bit some percentage they will contribute for the national development. So in this way he got a reward. Then what about Vilas? What he did, because both were the friends in the childhood days. So what about Vilas then? Sakal, he got a good education, he got a good job. So he improvised his lifestyle condition because he was also poor. Even Vilas was also poor. Both they were doing hard work. Then what about the Vilas then? So Vilas was 11-year-old boy, 1 year younger. Vila's father name is Mahesh, and he was a fisherman. And his father was passed away due to the some diseases or everything else. His father was passed away when he was a 2-year-old child. So what he did, his mother Geeta, she was selling a fish in the market, and she used to earn little bit money for their livelihood. And she bought a fish from the landowner's pond, and nearby the mandi she used to sell, and she could earn only 20 rupees to 30 rupees per day after the selling the fish. So Vilas became a patient for of arthritis. Arthritis is one kind of a disease. So he was affected by that diseases there. So his mother could not afford to make him uh, to take him to the doctor to give a correct treatment for the arthritis. So he could not go to the school either, because his mother was not able to spend some amount of money for the education as well as for his treatment there. So as a result, Vilas, he did not went to the school only, and he used to help his mother to selling the fish in the mandi. That mandi means market, as well as cooking food, looking after their younger brother called Mohan. So after soon time, his mother also fell sick, and Vilas was forcibly he used to sell fish in the same village. So like his mother earned only a some amount of money after selling the fish. So this is about story of Vilas. Vilas, he was a younger than Sakal. So what he did, he was very much poor. So when he was 2 year old, his father was passed away. So all the activities, economic activities as well as whole household activities should be done by her mother only. So what she, after the death of her husband, she started doing the fishing business. So nearby only fish pond was been there, owner's fish pond. She used to fish the fishes, and then she used to sell in the market. So per day she used to earn little bit 20 to 30 rupees after selling the fish, and it was very difficult for them to afford the education, to take the education in the village. So soon after, her mother was also falling sick frequently. So everything Vilas, he has to take care about his mother and his younger brother called Mohan. So he did not went to the school. He started helping his mother to sell fish in the market areas. So by seeing these stories, we will come to know once the Sakal, he got a good education system, but Vilas, due to his own problems, he did not went to the school. So by hearing these two stories, one conclusion will come. What kind of conclusion then? So in the case of Sakal, education added a quality of his labor. So whatever employee he is doing, it added a quality. So this enhanced his total productivity from a salary and further added to the growth of national economy. So whatever he is earning, So some amount of money, it will be paid and a tax. Okay, from his salary only some amount of money will be deducted, and it will be repaid as a tax, and it will contribute for the nation economy. But in the case of Vilas, there was no education, there was no health care in the earlier part of his life, and he spent all of his life by selling fish only like his mother. Hence, he earns the same amount as an unskilled labor. Okay, here we will come to know who is skilled labor and who is unskilled labor. Skilled labor, he is having a quality and quantity, and they will give the contribution for the nation growth. Okay, but Vilas, he is also earning some amount of money, but as a unskilled labor, even some amount of money they will pay as a tax to the government, like a business tax and everything else. So etc. Both, in the both stories we will see the one is a skilled labor and another one is a unskilled labor. So in the case of Vilas, there was no education for him or health care in the earlier part of his life. So he spent his life selling a fish like his mother, hence he earned same amount as an unskilled labor. But Sakal, he will earn as a skilled labor, whatever salary he is getting from his skill only. How the Vilas, he is getting the money from his unskilled, from the unskilledness there. So same thing, if I take the example of Japan. So Japan, they wanted to give a quality labor, a skilled labor for the development of a country. So that is why they are investing the money in the health and education, and they are improvising their nation economy by skilling the people. Okay, by giving a skills to the people there. So investment in the human resource can give a high rates interest in return in future. Okay, so if you are investing money on a human resource by giving the good education as well as good medical facilities, means it will return back in the form of money only as well as in the form of capital. So this investment on the people as the same as investment in the land and the capital. Once I invest in the shares and bond expecting the high return in the future. So in this way, a child too, with investment made, her education and health can yield a high return in the future. So whatever at present situation you are taking the education, and if you are getting a good health means, then in future it will return back to the for the development of a nation, because the final product after your completing of education, what is your final product means your skills and your ability. Your ability and skills, you will do hard work wherever you are taking the job, and in return you will get the salary. From that salary some amount of money will be deducted for the tax paying. Okay, some amount of tax will be paid from the salaries what you are getting from the vocational as well as whatever education you have taken. So that is why the countries like Japan have invested the human resource. They did not have any kind of natural resource. In yesterday's class only, I have explained that these in this country there is no natural resources for the useful for their country's development. But this is an disadvantage for them. But they overcome this disadvantage by taking the advantage of people as a resource. They considered people as a resource, and they are taking the what we will tell a quality labor, and productivity will come, total productivity will come out very good there. Okay, if they are doing hard work, whatever products they are launching, it will have a good quality and quantity, and in return back they will contribute for the national economy. So that is why the developed countries, they will try to invest more on human resource by giving the good economic good education and health facilities to those people those are living in that country. So what kind of activities, economic activities there? Okay, so like Sakal and Vilas, people have been engaged in the various activities what you are seeing in your surrounding. Some people are businessmen, some people will have a factories, some people will do the job in as a teaching job, some people are giving the doctor services, some people doing work in the bank, Yes or no? In your surrounding, various kinds of activities you can see in the economy. So both men and women, they will somewhere else they will do some activities there. Okay. We saw that Vilas sold the fish and Sakal got the job in a firm, that is a company. So the various activities has been classified into three main activities. Okay, so these activities which will add a value for the national income. So these are called as economic activities or a market activities, and these are classified into three parts. One is primary sector, second one is the secondary sector, third is the tertiary sector. Then what do you mean by primary sector then? All the activities which harvest or extract the natural inner products from the earth or a natural resource. So for an example, you are doing a mining, okay, surrounding somewhere else in your surrounding, in your district surrounding, good mineral resource is there, and a good iron content resource, natural resource you are getting. So what you will do, you will do the mining business. So you are extracting the earth resources as well as natural resources to do the work. So whatever activities which can be harvested or extract from the natural resources, those kind of activities we call it as a primary activity, like agriculture, forestry, dairy farming, animal husbandry, fishing, poultry farming, mining, and quarrying. So these are all activity, economic activity, we will consider it as a primary activity because we are using the basic natural resource which are getting from our earth. Then what about secondary activities? Secondary activities is nothing but using a product resulting some activities in the primary sector. For an example, if I take the agriculture. In agriculture, in our country, we will grow the cotton. Okay. So cotton, you want to convert that cotton into a useful product. Okay. So from cotton, it will be converted into a garment or a cloth. Okay, so that process we call it as a manufacturing or a producing. We categorize it as a secondary sector. So whatever activities you are doing in a primary sector, and that product you want to make it as a valuable product and a useful product for the consumers. For they will manufacture in the industries and the finished goods will come out from that one. So that kind of activities will consider it as a secondary activities there. I have told about cotton. Cotton is a raw material from primary sector. We are doing the cultivation of cotton, and that cotton will be sell in the market area, as well as in some industry peoples. Those are having textile industry. They will buy your cotton for certain amount, and then in that factory, some process will be taken place like a making of yarn. One firm will be there. Firm means one department will be there. So in that area, the cotton will be converted into the yarn. Yarn will be converted into the weaving. After that, weaving, stitching will be there. After that, whatever clothes you are wearing, that that is the final goods, and then it will be launched in the market. So this kind of manufacturing process we call in the name of secondary activities. Using the products resulting from the activities in the primary sector for manufacturing of industries of a good finished goods are classified in this category. All the manufacturing process and the construction activities are included in the secondary sector. Okay, manufacturing industries are being considered as a secondary sector. Industries and the factories are being considered uh, under its activities. It will categorized under the secondary sector, where from the primary sector we will take some raw materials. From that raw materials we will convert into a useful goods and services there, and then we will launch in the market. So we call it as a secondary sector. So the next category of the sector is the tertiary sector. All these activities, okay, I am going to tell some of the activities. These activities will support the primary and the secondary sector. So what kind of support has been given by the tertiary sector? tertiary sector andre it is also called as a service sector. It is giving as a support to the secondary and the primary. In what way? For an example, transportation. Okay, you have did the cultivation of the cotton, and you have to send your cotton to the certain firm, that is textile industry. If you're not having the support of transportation, then how we will transport that raw material to the industries? Yes or no? So giving this kind of services to the primary and secondary sector, it will support these two sector for the enhance the economic activities in a country. So all the activities which come under the tertiary sector, which give the support to the primary and secondary sector, and these are all classified under this category. So examples like transportation, trade, communication, sales, um, services, education, health, tourism, banking, insurance, legal services, and the government. So I have taken an example of transportation. So you have grown the cotton and you have to transport your cotton to the certain firm. That is one textile industry which is situated in a Hubli, and your field it is in Gadag. And so those people they have came and they have checked the quality, and they gave the order that we are going to buy the entire cotton what you have grown in your field. So you want one support to transfer the cotton cultivation, that is cotton, to the another place. So this support, what support it is giving means transportation. So you are having a bus as well as you are having a vehicle to lorries as well as truck to transport that material. So you are having a truck as a support. So what you will do, or whatever cotton you have cultivated, you will pluck it, and whatever process is there for harvesting, you will finish it, and you will load in a lorries as well as in a truck there. So from Gadak, your cotton is moving towards the Hubli where the textile industry is there. So how the tertiary sector will give the support? So after finishing your finished goods, so final clothes are being come out. So chudidars, t-shirts, as well as any kind of shirts are being manufactured in that textile industry. So secondary sector, they also want to launch their clothes in a different kinds of place. So what kind of support they will take? They will take the support of transportation. So for the secondary sector, some orders will be given by the retailers as well as the wholesalers. So we are ready to sell your product what you are launching in the market. So some orders will be given to the company. So from the different parts, from in Hubli that textile industry is there means he used to sell as well as he used to circulate his final product to the Bijapur as well as to the Haveri as well as to the Gulbarga, to the Bagalkot. Nearby some districts are there. He want to sell his um, commodities. So secondary sector, in what way the tertiary sector will give the support means transportation. So from one place to another place, with the help of transportation, the secondary sector, whatever final goods and services are being manufactured, it will be circulated in the different parts of the countries. So how the communication? Okay, so you have taken one product called shampoo. Okay, and you are having some queries regarding the shampoo. After using that shampoo, some problems are being arised. Some like dandruff it has been arised, and some reaction took place in your hairs. So what you will do, you will check the bottle. In that bottle one toll free number will be there. So that toll free number, if you call to that number means they will give certain services that we are using this product, and due to some wrong method, the reaction took place in my hair, and I'm suffering from hair fall. So they will give the correct information how to use that one, and they will give some tips also to avoid that hair fall. So in this way, secondary sector and for the primary sector, the communication will help. Yes or no? Even primary sector. If I take the example, best example, Kisan call center 24 into 7. If you want regarding any kind of information regarding the cultivation means 24 into 7, the Kisan call centers they will give the updates as well as guidance as well as advice to the farmers how to cultivate in their land and how much percentage they have to purchase the seeds and what is the quality and quantity of their soil, each and everything you will get the information. So for the primary and the secondary sector, communication will become one of the support for them. Sales, you all know, that is the demand and supply, how whatever commodities you are producing in a country, it should have a sale and it should circulate in the different parts of the locality as well as different parts of the places. In what way? Education. From the education only you are getting the skills to use the machines, as well as you are getting the education to do new kind of technology. So it help for the as well as it gives support for the primary sector as well as secondary sector there. So in this way, whatever activities are being there in the economy, in a primary sector or in a secondary sector, the tertiary sector will give a support to it to enhance the quality of the production in a country as well as to enhance the economic activities in a country there. So in this way, we have divided economic activities into three parts. One is primary sector. What are the activities will come under the primary sector, I have told. What are the activities will come under the secondary sector, I have told. And about the tertiary sector also I have told. So in the next class, I am going to explain about other two types of economic activities, that is market and non-market activities, how they are being considered, and education and the skill determines of earning. After that, I am going to explain about quality of a population, in what way the quality should be there, and what are the reasons behind for the unemployment, the nature of unemployment, the types of unemployment, how to eradicate the unemployment from a country. These all points I am going to explain in the next session. I hope today's class you have understood about Sakal and Vilas. uh, about these two stories we will come to know about what kind of resources we are getting from a country, a quality resource and an unskilled resource we also are getting. So in what way the government is using, we have come to know because various activities are being there. So in the next class, I am going to continue regarding the people as a resource. So signing out, have a great day. Bye everyone.